welcome to another video. Walk on the Wild Side, and I am here in Blackpool. I'm just outside the famous Pleasure Beach Resort here in Blackpool. Not Blackpool Pleasure Beach, it's Pleasure Beach Resort these days, that's what it's called, yeah. That's Mr. Funshine there, yeah, on the archway there into the big car park. And it's very quiet here in Blackpool today. There's not very much going on. We're obviously out of season now. And there's talk of a storm coming, yes. But probably not to Blackpool. They're talking about this storm, aren't they? Storm Goretti. I was just watching the Met Office video before, and they were talking about how it had switched. You know, we have the jet stream. It switched from the south of the jet stream to the north of the jet stream. And that means that when it comes over our way, it's going to bring probably a lot of snow. But will it bring any to Blackpool? Well, it's very unlikely. I thought we'd take a little look around. The storm clouds are brewing on the horizon down that way towards the southwest, because that's where it is at the moment. Storm Goretti is coming in, and it looks like Wales and the Midlands are going to get the worst of it, certainly on high ground. But here in Blackpool, well, we don't get snow very often here in Blackpool. I'll explain why after this. Let's have a sneaky little look inside Blackpool Pleasure Beach, so where the entrance there. Who remembers the olden days where we had the Noah's Ark, of course, but now that ride is no longer going, but it's where they have the actual entrance to the park these days, yeah. And I used to hate that ride, you know. I used to well, it wasn't really a ride, was it? You just walked around it, and I didn't like it at all because they had those electric things, you know, that shocked you. The band now, aren't they, those things? So yeah, it's always a bit eerie when you see a theme park out of season and there's no one there. Mind you, there are some people that say that it's like this even when it's open. There's not as many people here as what there used to be. But anyway, that was a sneaky look inside the Pleasure Beach. Let's have a look on the Promenade. It is looking very, very quiet in Blackpool today. There's the Sandcastle over there. I don't know if the Sandcastle's open. Well, the tower's all lit up already. In fact, there's quite a nice looking sky over there. But it's actually been a very, very boring day today. But at least we've not had any rain or wind. But that is due to come tomorrow. So there's a lot of factors why Blackpool doesn't get much snow. First reason is probably, well, we're at sea level, aren't we? We're right here at sea level in Blackpool, and snow doesn't tend to fall at sea level in this part of the country. And then we've got the salt air from the Irish Sea. We've got a lot of salt air, and also the way the wind blows as well. We get the winds mainly from the southwest, which is over that direction over there, and you don't tend to get snow storms coming from the southwest. There's some people over here looking at me funny. They're saying, who's that guy there that's talking to a stick? I always get it. What's this for? What's this cherry picker here for? I think they're taking down the are they taking down the illuminations or something? I don't know. Yeah, they will be taking down. This is the loop, by the way, where the old trams, the heritage trams, come in here to turn around. But we've only got a couple of heritage trams working. I don't think they're working now. I think they're finished for the season. But hopefully we'll have more heritage trams coming back out this year, 2026. Hopefully they have to add these safety features to them. You know, this part of land here, there's a little bit of green space here where the island in between the loop. You actually get wild rabbits in here, you know. Yeah, it's amazing. Helicopter coming in over there from the gas fields, and yeah, this is this bit of land here where if you're ever down this way, have a little look around. You never know, you might just see some rabbits around here. Yeah, I think someone's put some food. Is that someone put some food out for the rabbits there? Some peelings, carrots and that. Yeah, well, they like the carrots, don't they? So these car parks, when you come here in summer, these car parks here, like that one over there, are very, very busy. And the one next to the Sandcastle is, well, there are quite a few cars in that one over there, so it's not completely empty. Check it out, that helicopter's flying right overhead now. I thought they were going to go in, unless that's another helicopter going out. Did one helicopter come in and another one go out? Looks like it. So we're now just round the side of the Sandcastle. Does anyone remember the open air baths? Because that's what used to be there before the Sandcastle was completed in 1986, I think it was. And there's another more recent landmark, shall I call it, that used to be sited right here where these sets are here, and that was the high tide organ. It stood right here, and it was about, I don't know, about 25 foot tall, and it was one of the many artworks that they've got along this part of Blackpool Promenade, New South Promenade. You know, like the mirror ball and all that. The mirror ball's one of them. But unfortunately, they had to get rid of the high tide organ because they hadn't looked after it, and it had all rusted away. All the pipes for the high tide organ went underneath the promenade here onto the sea wall, and that's how it played the music, because it drew the water in from the sea and it played a tune. It was a rather haunting tune though at high tide, but as you can see at the moment, the Irish Sea is really, really calm. It's like a mill pond, and I think that's because we've got very, very light winds and they're coming from the east. So I'm just walking around the side of the Sandcastle now here in Blackpool, which was completed after they got rid of the Derby Baths, you know, the Derby Baths at North Shore. This wasn't built to replace the Derby Baths because this is a water park. But it was a little bit controversial when they got rid of the Derby Baths, and when they built this place I don't think it did very well for a while, and it seemed to be a bit of a white elephant. But if you look at some old pictures of Blackpool, you might see the old open air swimming baths which stood right here where I am now, and they used to have like Miss Blackpool competitions, and they'd have very famous judges like Sid James, Bob Monkhouse, you know, names like that used to judge the Miss Blackpool, Miss Lancashire, whatever, Miss UK competitions that were right here. What history! And if anyone remembers when the Sandcastle first opened, it kind of looked like a fancy office building, really. It didn't have any of these slides on it when it first opened. All of them were added afterwards, yeah. And yeah, it's a great place to go now in Blackpool. I just don't think it got off to a very good start, that's all. Now there's something going on over here which I want to just have a little look at. They're building something in that land over there, which a little bit of spare land really. They're building like an outdoor food court, so we'll have a sneaky look in there, shall we, see what they're up to. So here's a little look towards the South Pier. You might be able to see the tower there in the distance. It's lit up, and this is the Velvet Coaster Wetherspoons. It's looking pretty quiet at the moment, you know. I don't think I've seen that as quiet as what it is today. It's probably the best modern Wetherspoons in the UK. But anyway, this is what's coming. Spring 2026, hey, it's not far away. South Beach street food. And that's what it's going to look like right there. Look at that, wow. I'll tell you what, it is eerily quiet in Blackpool today, certainly down this part of town. That road there is called Osborne Road. You can definitely tell it's out of season. But anyway, we'll just have a sneaky look through here, shall we? And see what's happening. Not a lot, actually. So this is just a bit of spare land here. We've got the toilets over there, and they've done a bit of work. They've ripped up a lawn And they're going to be putting containers in, and each of these containers are going to have like different food outlets and that. Yeah, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see what it's like. You know, I've just sussed out why the Wetherspoons is so quiet. It's been renovated, isn't it? It's been gutted inside. They're putting new carpets down and everything. No wonder it's so quiet. There's no one in there. It's all been done up. We are currently closed for maintenance work and will be reopening on Saturday, 10th of January. So that's not too long to wait, is it really? So there you go. No wonder it was so quiet. Anyway, it's lighting up time now. The sun must be going down. Let's take a look at the South Pier. The arcade's open on all the piers. All the pier arcades are open. And I believe the South Pier were refused planning permission to have a couple of rides at the side. I think they wanted like a Starfly ride and something else, and they didn't get the planning permission to do it. I think it was possibly an objection from the Pleasure Beach. But this, where these blocks are here, you see, this is their land. And I think they were looking to put in a couple of rides. They do have temporary rides. They're allowed to have the temporary rides, but they wanted to put in a permanent Starfly ride or something like that, and they weren't allowed to do it. Anyway, look at the state of this now. Look at it. Look. Where is everybody? It's like I'm the only one on the promenade. Oh my goodness. I've just checked, and the South Pier are putting another proposal to have the ride, so they might still get permission yet. But this is how the Irish Sea looks on the eve of Storm Goretti. Pretty calm if you ask me. We can even see the Lake District. Look at that view over there towards the Lake District. I can see snow on the fells. But I think the Lake District is even going to escape most of the snow tomorrow as well. I'll tell you what, the scaffolders are busy here at the Queen's Hotel on South Promenade, 1898. It's got up there, that's the date when this was built, the Queen's. Have you stayed at the Queen's? Let me know. Is it any good? Yeah, so it's all calm here. Wouldn't you just love to be here in Blackpool right now? You'll get away from the snow, most likely. But anyway, that's it for this video. We've got Storm Goretti. It was named by the French because they're going to get probably the worst of it. It's going to hit northern France pretty bad, yeah. But it looks like we'll probably escape it here in Blackpool and mostly along the west coast as well. But if you're in Wales and the Midlands, well, it could be quite interesting. So watch out, you might be snowed in. But I'm going to leave it there now. If you like the video, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and tick the bell for notifications of new videos. And I'll see you again on the next one.